Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Jennifer is in Columbia, South Carolina. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you a question. My husband and I, we're having issues just saving and staying afloat, and we're really considering doing a cash out refinance on our home because it just seems like the only way we'll be able to get out the rut and save and eliminate debt.
How much debt do you have?
I have between about $80,000. My husband, it's probably like $300K, but that includes the house.
Okay, how much debt does he have separate from the house?
I'll say probably 50, 60.
And what kind of debt is this combined? Is it student loans, credit cards?
Yeah, it's just loans, credit card, my end student loans. And that's really the gist of it. And just
How much is cars?
I'm sorry?
How much is cars?
We have one car and it's $40,000.
Okay. You have one paid for car, or I'm sorry, one car with a car note, or do you have two cars and you have a paid for car sitting there as well?
Just one car with a car note.
Okay.
What's your household income?
Well, my husband makes between $200K a year, and I make 21, and then we both have disability.
You make $21,000 and he makes $200,000?
Yes.
And you said you both have disability. Explain that.
Because we both were veterans, so we do have a disability income.
And how much is that in addition to?
It's probably extra $20K onto our income.
So
but it's just like.
Can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make far too much money to be this broke.
Yeah.
You have $221,000 coming in a year.
$250,000 coming in.
Yeah, even more.
Yeah.
That's
you
unbelievable.
make $250,000 a year.
Yep.
I mean, you're spending like you're in Congress.
And you have $130,000 of debt. Here's what I'm telling you, and I want you to really understand this. If you just lived on half of what you make, which is still more than the average family in America.
Almost double the average family.
You would be out of debt, and it wouldn't take you borrowing on your mortgage to do it, or refinancing or cash outing your mortgage to do it.
Borrowing on the mortgage is absolutely the most horrible, ridiculous thing you can do, because it will enable you to consider this chaotic, out of control, disorganized, overspending life, and you're going to crash this car. Girl, I mean, you guys got to know. You got to get control. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
So the house, what's your mortgage payment? What are you paying on this house?
Well, it went up to $1,900. It was $1,100.
All right, so that's not your problem. It's just your living. I already know the answer to this, but you're not on a budget, correct?
I mean, I feel like we are. We don't do anything.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Okay. $250,000 is going somewhere. Mm-hmm. Aren't you kind of curious where it went? I am.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like, whoa, this is a mystery. So, what does your husband do for a living?
He's a truck driver, and that's what I wanted to get into. He's a truck driver, and he'll go to work, and it'll be times where, because the fuel prices are so high, everything he comes out of pocket. He's on a 1099, but he works with a company, and
you don't make. Wait a minute. He does not make $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
He grosses $200,000 a year, but his net income after expenses. He's an owner operator, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's the problem.
He's not netting $200,000.
Okay.
He's running a business that brings in $200,000, and then he has repairs and fuel and other things out of that. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you do not have an income of $200,000. Your income is the net profit on his business after expenses are paid, which is more like $100,000.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that probably sounds better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so Jennifer, what do you do? What's your job?
Well, I just finished school. I'm an esthetician, and I'm trying to start my business. And I've been an at-home mom, but
Okay.
now, but I'm also trying to start a business. But
I want to challenge you.
finances.
I want to challenge you with your esthetician work. Right now, it sounds like it's more like quarter time to part time based on your earnings. Am I right?
Well, my income comes from disability.
So you haven't earned
you're
anything
21?
from the.
You haven't earned anything from this degree yet.
Right. I just graduated probably like 2 Fridays ago.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
That's great. Okay.
all
Thank
right.
you.
Now, here's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to set you into Financial Peace University. It includes a budgeting gap called Every Dollar. And then the other thing you ought to do is you ought to contact a Ramsey coach in your area. You can find them online with us at Ramsey Solutions and sit down with them, because someone needs to help you guys put together a set of books for his business and now for your business, so you actually know what profit you have after taxes are paid and after the expenses of the business are paid. And then you will know what it takes to attack this debt. It sounds to me like your $40,000 car probably needs to be sold,
Yeah.
because I think it's too much car in this situation. And my guess is you probably have a very high interest rate on it. And the reason you only have one car that's super expensive is he's in a truck all the time. He's over the road and an owner-operator. So
I hope he's been paying
you guys
taxes.
need to get your net profits figured out so that you can get organized and get on a budget and begin to attack these debts. And we're going to list them smallest to largest, and you're going to be able to do it in that order. I thought for a few minutes there you had a $250,000
I did too.
income, and that was super absurd that you couldn't pay off $140,000 worth of debt making that, but you don't. You have probably $120,000 income, give or take. And that's still enough to get you out of debt, but it's not. It doesn't make you look as out of control as I initially thought
That's
you
right.
were. Okay, all it means is you're right. Your budget is probably not super. Got all kinds. You're probably not eating caviar every night or something here. It's not. That's not what's going on. But you are going to have to tighten up, and you are going to have to make a decision. And it's probably going to take you about 3 years of sacrifice, including selling this car and getting a much more reasonable, cheap car temporarily to get yourself into control. But we'll get you started in Financial Peace University and get you started on the Every Dollar budget and help you get moving.